We on?
Yes.
Are we on?
Oh my.
Is it happening? Is it happening?
Yep.
Are we broadcast? Are we live?
We are live, but I pressed the wrong. Hello.
Hello everyone and welcome to the God Talk, guys. My name is Michael Mack. This is Michael Koran. Each week on Cambridge Community Access Television, we gather to talk about God and faith and...
You usually say this is your friend, Michael Koran.
That was last week. A lot has happened in this last week. No, this is one of my best friends right here.
Oh, wow. You don't usually say
Are you
best
happy
friend.
now? Are you satisfied
I'm
yet?
Honored.
Okay, so this week, or I should say this show, Michael has an agenda. Michael has a something that he would like to share, and the umbrella of this sharing includes 3 poems of his.
That you picked.
Well, he gave me a handful, and I picked the 3 of his that I like the best, and so that's what you're going to see. And he put them in this order. Did you put them in order?
No, any order you like.
In no order.
No, in any order you would like.
Missed, blessed,
And here's
throwing
the
up,
one.
put downer, and there's one more. Roomy. Well, let's start with this one. Let's start with Roomy.
And you can read it and talk about it, whatever you like.
Well, you wrote it. You should read it.
Okay. I do what you tell me to do. I know how to get along with you.
You're catching on.
Yes.
Catching on. So,
And we could show us. No, we could let people see it clearly. Yes. I think they can read it. Yes, is that true?
I think so.
We'll find out. Roomy. While lying on the branch to rest, your massage of my head and chest.
I think that people need to see you while you're reading it. I think so. And we can give you guys another look after he's done. But right now it's all about listening. So just listen to Michael, if you would.
That's kind of you to add, if you would. It sounds like, just leave it out. I mean, let's be frank.
Listen. Listen to him. All right.
Roomy.
R-O-O-M-Y.
While lying on the branch to rest, your massage of my head and chest frees me to see I'm also tree, air, thee who bless, with room to spare, till all around or in the ground I may be without losing me.
Could you read it again, Michael? And this time folks can see it while you're reading it.
Roomy. While lying on a branch to rest, your massage of my head and chest frees me to see I'm also tree, air, thee who bless, with room to spare, till all around or in the ground I may be without losing me.
Beautiful.
Well, that's a lot from him, boy.
I'd like to talk about it for a little bit.
Yes, I'd love to hear it.
And I would like to read it myself, maybe a little later at the end of our discussion of this poem. So it's called Roomy, and I asked you before we came on air if Roomy was a pun on the name of Rumi, R-U-M-I, the Sufi mystic poet.
And guess why he was called Roomy?
Why was he called Rumi?
Yep.
I don't know. Why?
He lived in Turkey often. He was born in Afghanistan. And Turkey was once ruled by the Romans. And so he was living in Roman land, or Roomy. That's how it. That's it.
Oh, so that wasn't his given name.
No.
That was his doing business as name.
Yeah.
And so were you inspired by a poem of his to write this, or?
No, it was just, I did feel, actually my dance teacher likes to use the word spacious or roomy when we're
Okay.
dancing well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I was aware of the pun, but it's nice. In the roominess I feel, I can feel my friend Roomy there too.
In the expansion.
Yeah. I've just learned all these poets and writers and mystics can be my friends thanks to the CD you inspired me to.
So, and is this based on an actual event?
Yes, oh yes.
So, there is one who is with you.
Yes, someone's
in this
massaging me.
experience.
Yes.
Someone is massaging your head and chest.
Maya Apfelbaum.
Your Maya Applebaum?
Apfelbaum.
Applebaum.
Apfelbaum, my former sweetheart.
Okay. Former as in 20 years ago? Or?
Yes, a
Okay.
great gift. Too bad I didn't know it at the time.
We know so little when we're younger. You young people, take note. You don't know anything.
How much we know. No, we know.
We've still got a lot to learn.
Yes, more than you. Probably a lot to unlearn.
Yeah.
But young people, we mean you Virginia. You Columbia too.
So, where is this branch? I'm curious. The branch on which you are lying to rest
Is in Vermont.
Oh, in Vermont.
And it's a funny branch, and I'm not sure I could do justice in the poem.
Yeah.
It's one of those horizontal branches.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got it. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very.
And was it near the ground or
yes,
far from
near the
okay.
ground. So I wouldn't be too. I would get hurt a bit, but not die if I.
Yeah.
Could.
Yeah. Okay. And so when you say lying on a branch to rest, your massage of my head and chest frees me to see. I am also tree. And so I'm imagining you lying on this branch looking up in the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And you are seeing, and when you see the tree, I mean, the tree is the totality of your visual experience. So what you see is what you are.
It's even more than that, and it's amazing how I could still put down these amazing women. But somehow with Maya, more than anyone I've ever been with, when often touching her or being touched by her, I feel, this might make sense to anyone else or even me, I feel I'm transparent. That it feels like the world can go through me. And I sometimes in my fantasies think I could walk through walls. I don't try to do that. But somehow her touch, because we're mostly made out of space, I can talk about it intellectually, but somehow...
Quantum physicists would say, yeah,
yes,
we're mostly space.
Yes. And, you know, atoms, but atoms are mostly space. A few things that... And somehow being touched by Maya would make me feel like I'm space and very spacious and anything could go through me.
And to quote The Wizard of Oz, was that a good witch or a bad witch?
A good witch. Something extremely.
Or a sandwich?
And so thank you, Maya Apfelbaum. She's in my will in part because of this.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm imagining that she will receive a copy of the poem when she receives the will?
No, but I've sent the poem to her.
Okay.
But I might want to do it.
That's a new poem though, right?
It's a rewritten
I see.
poem.
Okay.
It's happened 20 years ago.
Oh, you
Still-
wrote it 20 years ago.
No, I wrote it maybe 4 years ago.
Okay. Okay. So, I'd like to read it.
Okay.
Now, should our friends see it while I'm reading it? Or shall I just
We
read
can
it?
be in between.
For those of us who can't decide.
Yeah.
Okay. Roomy. While lying on a branch to rest, your massage of my head and chest frees me to see I'm also tree, air, thee who bless with room to spare, till all around or in the ground I may be without losing me. It's always kind of shocking to hear somebody else do our own poems.
No, not for me.
Really?
I love your reading. You're a great poet and a great reader. Great, not just good.
I'm pretty good.
No, you're great. You're great. I know. Don't be shy.
All right.
It's cold.
I'll let you. That's why I pay you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So was it clear that, at least at this time, and I like getting to be doing it more and more, we can be other beings, just like an actor. You know, if I imitate how you're sitting now,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I could begin to feel a Michael Mack. I've traded myself in for a better version.
I'm actually, when I do this,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Larry King.
Oh.
Because I think that was his posture, to be like leaning on the table like this, and leaning forward.
And especially if we had suspenders.
And glasses.
Yeah, so we can really be other people or things, trees, air. Well, air I'm not sure about, but maybe. Yes, the space.
Well, there's this idea that that if you want to really develop rapport with somebody,
be them.
you mimic without overdoing it. You mimic their posture.
Until you can feel you're them, really. And so
something like that, yeah.
And so we can be everybody and still be ourselves, is what this poem is about. Without
well, that's the challenge.
That's the challenge.
That's the challenge. I remember when I was, I don't know, somewhere in my teens, I think, late teens, feeling greatly distressed because it seemed like with everyone that I was with, I was a different person. And so my question was, well, who am I? Who am I really? Who's the real me? And I would feel like the only way that I could know or really connect with the real me was when I was by myself.
Oh, yeah.
That was sort of like the baseline.
Yep.
And everything beyond that was, well, I didn't know what it was. And I still don't know what it is.
Well, I hope this poem helps.
Helps
Us be able to both be, to realize that we're everyone and everything we are.
Well, isn't that what the mystics and the saints tell us? That's the great discovery, that our apparent separateness is
apparent.
It's apparent. Yeah. It's an appearance. It's not the real thing.
And to be able to do it without losing yourself, that would be whatever that means. And I mean, I think it does mean that we're still uniquely ourselves while we're trees, each other, and so on.
It's suddenly got this flash in my mind. Did you know Dick Stroud?
No.
He was an Aikido master, taught, among other places, at MIT, taught an Aikido class there for decades. I just learned that he passed away in Japan. He was visiting Japan. He was 80 or 80-something, I think. So there was something you were saying a moment ago about, or suggesting about fluidity.
Yeah.
You know, being ourselves, but also being fluid enough to be others. And so I couldn't help but think of Aikido, which is all about being fluid.
Oh my.
All about taking energies that are directed your way and simply disappearing to allow the energy to move through you without touching you in a way.
Or without touching, rather than joining it, or?
Well, you are joining it, but you are sort of like redirecting it, but you're not the object. you were not
It's like
creating an
a
obstacle.
martial art of sorts?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, very much. Aikido is very much a martial arts. But anyway, he was an Aikido master, and so I just wanted to offer this brief remembrance of him for anyone out there in Cambridge who knew him, Dick Stroud.
So Roomy could be a martial art. That would be quite something.
Yeah, I should think so.
Poems as martial arts. Wow. Thank you.
Okay, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, thank you.
And do we have a topic? Do we have a theme that's developing here? Do we know what the theme is yet?
Well,
Beyond three poems that you gave to me?
Oh, I see. We had one theme. I'm not sure it worked. Actually, I liked introducing. The theme was we were talking about. It's actually the poem. Oh, we don't have it here. We'll let the theme emerge, perhaps.
Okay.
Although
We will discover the theme.
No, but I will introduce this poem with a question. I've learned that having questions before reading the poems helps.
Okay, what's your question?
When looking back, and maybe what we feel about it now, when we look back at our life and feel what we missed, there's an old Jewish mantra: God punishes people for the fruits they have not tasted. We still keep in touch with our punishing God. So how do you deal with the fruits you have not tasted, or what you've missed? In some ways, I missed. As we get older and more in touch with what's going on, I can realize. I remember looking at my mother on television after she died. She was on the show like this. And
Oh, I need the context. She was on this show, Be Live?
yes.
Okay.
And
Oh, you had her as a guest?
Yes.
Okay.
It was actually called Growing Older Laughing, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can still see it on YouTube. And I looked at her after she died. We were playing it at her memorial service. And I realized I had missed her. I hadn't really taken her in. She was a little too dangerous for me. I had been kind to her and caring, but I didn't really, oh, so this is who you are. And I saw who she was after she died. So I, in some ways, my whole life, I missed her. And one more little story, if I may.
I would like to offer a little thought
please do
on
that, yes.
I've always loved the exercise of imagining that I got 6 months to live. I go to the doctor's office. He says, "Michael, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you got 6 months. What are you going to do with it?" And because what I imagine is that life would become very, not only urgent, not only present, but somehow realer. Because we live in this fantasy that we're just going to keep living and living and living, forgetting that some point it's going to quit. And in fact, it might be tonight in the car. You never know.
I have felt that with these cancers.
Well, sure. I can't help but think that you have. And do you think that these cancers have made your life more vital and more
The big thing was
important?
The big difference. I do appreciate the days, actually, just going out and appreciating the air.
Yeah.
But the big difference is it got me to get my writing.
It got you to accept your
To
writing?
do my writing.
Oh, to do your writing?
Yes.
To hurry
day.
up?
Every day.
Okay.
7 days a week.
There's no time to
Yes,
mess
I know.
around.
I still need
Okay.
3 more years to finish the 3rd book.
All right. Well, maybe you get those 3 years and more.
Oh, thank you. So that was the chief. But my mother is, when she's very ill, when I go to visit her in Sarasota, and I'm on my way back to Boston, it's an early morning flight, and I'm just kneeling beside her bed, just, meditating and praying for her. And it's must be about 5 in the morning, just dawn, and Mother Evelyn Korn wakes up, and she looks at me and she says, "You almost missed Michael," with a big smile on her face. And that's always remained with me. I think she might have been talking to herself, maybe to me, but she was so happy to see me there. It was so Nice. I was unwanted as a child, so that's... So just those simple words, you almost miss Michael, and I think that could have been true of my life too, which inspired this poem.
This poem that we are about to...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I have to see it now. I don't think I have a copy of it. Can I read it? I'm going to take it, actually. We'll put it back there. It's a song, too. Shall I say it or sing it?
Why don't you say it first and then sing it?
Missed less. When I tune in to simply be, it seems like sin to have missed me. But I feel blessed through crazed, mazed days. That much I missed blows me away.
Why don't you sing it?
When I tune in to simply be, it seems like sin to have missed me, but I feel blessed through crazed, mazed days. That much I missed blows me away.
Lovely. Let's put it up so the people can see it. So, did it come as a tune first, or did it come as a poem first?
A poem first.
Okay. You know, this could be sung so many different ways. I want to sing it.
Go for it, please.
Okay. Missed bless. When I tune in to simply be, it seems like sin to have missed me. But I feel blessed through crazed, mazed days. That much I missed blows me away.
Wow, I love it. Whatever that key, is that a certain key or a certain style? I forget.
I don't know.
It was very nice.
I have no idea.
Touches author's heart to hear his poems and songs be sung.
I've never had any writing of mine read or sung back to me. So I don't even know what that would be like. I imagine it being like looking at the back, seeing the back of my head for the first time through a mirror.
We can try next week, Michael. Next week is no show, but 2 weeks.
Should I bring a mirror?
No, bring a song, bring a poem, we'll sing it.
All right. What was I thinking? What was I saying? Oh, you know, I'm just feeling so present right now that I have no memory for what I was thinking. That comment is gone forever. There's just you and me and you in this studio.
Or out of it.
Or out of it.
Last one, Michael?
Sure. On a completely different note.
Yeah.
Now,
I need to see it.
You need
also.
to see it.
Yeah, we'll put it up soon.
Now say it with lots of gusto. This is the kind of poem that is asking for gusto.
I'll try. Throwing up, put downer. Is that a gusto enough?
That sounds good.
More powerfully than nukes, my cynic pukes, amazed how loving we're cute.
All right.
We only have a minute and a half.
So what What are you saying here? What does this mean?
I mean, there's a certain put down nature that I have big time.
Of putting down
Yes.
people and things and
Yes.
events and yourself and other people.
And I have a dear friend of mine who will go unmentioned at the moment, who would probably throw up when I say how we're all made out of starlight, we're all sons and daughters of God. I could hear him vomiting.
He would say something like we're all made of puke, God's puke, or something like that.
Check, he wouldn't even use the word God, but I mean, check the newspaper, he would say. So there's a part of me that would, that's too nice. Sons and daughters of God, the good, gracious, beyond all knowing, all powerful, and loving. And we're all sons and daughters of God, like that. So my cynic would puke more powerfully than nukes. And then to see how loving we are and also cute.
How cute.
Yes.
We're so cute.
Yes, and he was there. Oh, that would really get him. Oh, ah! So that's what inspired it.
Okay.
It's also true inside, yes.
Oh, look, we have 30 seconds left.
Yes.
Oh, wrap it up, Michael. Quick.
Thank you so much for doing this with my poetry.
Sure.
Thank you, Columbia, Gail. Gail, we want you on.
Mel and all of our friends.